frustration gets the better of you and make you do things you should never do. You got to keep the faith, you can't surrender. You never know, tomorrow may be brighter. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. As long as you have health and strength, reaching your goal, nothing should prevent. Every time you fall, get up again. Don't sit down there like that and complain. You got to stand up and continue fighting. Don't give up, keep courage, you must win. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Obstacles will get in the way, stumbling blocks to hinder your day. But you can't afford to let them stop you. No matter how hard it is to go through, you got to stand up and continue fighting. Endurance shall win in the ending. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Be of a strong, positive mind. Negative thoughts, leave them behind. We got to go forward in sure certainty. Let no element humbug that possibility. But if you give up, you have no way of knowing if next day would have brought good tidings. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. We gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. We know it's a long and winding road, and we got a heavy load, but we have to hold it straight. Get up and try again, because behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. let frustration get the better of you and make you do things you should never do. You got to keep the faith, you can't surrender. You never know, tomorrow may be brighter. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. As long as you have health and strength, reaching your goal, nothing should prevent. Every time you fall, get up again. Don't sit down there like that and complain. You got to stand up and continue fighting. Don't give up, keep courage, you must win. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Obstacles will get in the way, stumbling blocks to hinder your day. But you can't afford to let them stop you. No matter how hard it is to go through, you got to stand up and continue fighting. Endurance shall win in the end. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going.
And of course, let me say a special 91.9 FM in the great island of Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, those locked on up the islands, Grenada, St. Vincent, and those locked on in the diaspora, New York, New Jersey, Long Island, Florida, all parts of the world. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, share the live, share the live, share the live. Iowa TV on YouTube, The Street 919 FM on Facebook, The Street 919 FM on Instagram, as well as the numbers here, all WhatsApp numbers is 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. And 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. And of course, it's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Let me bring in my good friend, the man himself, Uncle Tommy. Tommy, how are you doing this splendiferous day, Tommy?
So let me unmute my mic. I'm doing very well. And yourself?
I am splendiferous as can be. You know, another day in the land of the living. It's always a pleasure to be in the land of the living. You know, I can't complain.
Yep, we have to thank the Most High for giving us another one, and thank the people for giving us their air. So we are here, and they're there, and we are happy to be here.
So Tommy, you know the first thing we got to do before we start this show, you also got to give our oath and our pledge, because we are one of the only radio station in the world, I should say, that have an oath and a pledge to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and by extensions, those who are living outside of Trinidad and Tobago. So folks, here's our pledge.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
All right, Tommy, let's try that again.
Anselm LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
That's more like it.
Yeah, Tommy, we got that out of the way, man. Yeah.
No
So,
doubt.
folks, what we want to do today, Tommy, we want to just start with some of the latest news that happened for the past week. Just kind of give people an update on just some of the news stories that are making news in Trinidad and Tobago. And I mean, there are so many. We are actually going to touch on some of these stories as we go along here today on Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics with Uncle Tony and Professor Wall Street. So here is just a few of the stories that are making news in Trinidad and Tobago. Let's start with this one.
More progress in this country's push to develop the Dragon gas field.
We have been granted a significant amendment to our OFAC license. The first point is that the license will now run for 2 years until the 31st of October 2025.
With U.S. sanctions against Venezuela in play, OFAC is short for the Office of Foreign Assets Control at the U.S. Treasury Department. According to the Energy Minister, it's more than enough time to complete all that needs to be done.
It also allows the government of Trinidad and Tobago, working along with NGC and Shell, to negotiate complete negotiations and all agreements that need to be done with the government of Venezuela and PDVSA for the development and the production and the export of that gas from the Dragon gas field into Trinidad and Tobago.
This latest development comes about 1 month after the announcement that TNT and Venezuela had signed the Dragon gas deal, but the terms of that deal have not been shared publicly.
So if the Venezuelan government are going to negotiate a deal with Trinidad and Tobago, they would not want the terms of that deal, the arrangements we have made, to be known to the others who they are also negotiating with. That is Contracts 101.
At Tuesday's news conference, Minister Young said that agreement not only deals with developing the Dragon gas field, it also allows talks between TNT and Venezuela for other gas fields and developments.
It also got down into granular level detail with respect to the allocation of gas and for all of the gas from Dragon to come to Trinidad and Tobago, and the allocation of that gas both to our domestic petchem sector as well as the LNG sector, for Shell to continue to be our operator and our partner.
As for the timeline for Dragon gas to start flowing, talks continue as a few hurdles remain, according to Minister Young.
If we had all of the green lights to press go from today, meaning all of the approvals, all of the agreements in place, the bringing of the gas to the Hibiscus platform could be done in less than 2 years.
Anselm Gibbs, TV6 News.
Tommy, that's our first story. Let's go to our second story, which has something to do with that first story. Take a listen.
The United States government on Wednesday suspended sanctions on Venezuela after the country's president, Nicolas Maduro, reached a deal with opposition political leaders for the country's presidential elections in 2024. The United States Department of Treasury Office of Foreign Assets Control issued a 6-month general license temporarily authorizing transactions involving the oil and gas sector in Venezuela. The Treasury Department also issued a second general license authorizing dealings with Minervan, the Venezuelan state-owned gold mining company, and relevant licenses to remove the secondary trading ban on certain Venezuelan sovereign bonds and PDVSA debt and equity have been amended. The United States also expects that Venezuela will begin the release of all wrongfully detained U.S. nationals and Venezuelan political prisoners.
And Tommy, another story making news this past week is TNT's credit strength. Let's go to that.
Trinidad and Tobago's high credit worthiness ratings of foreign and local currency, CARI AA, was reaffirmed by CARI CRIS on Monday. A media release by the Ministry of Finance stated that Trinidad and Tobago's credit rating of CARI AA with CARI CRIS is the highest rating of the Caribbean region and is also on par with Panama and higher than Mexico and Colombia, which are two countries with good capital market access. The Ministry of Finance says this positions this country well into the investment grade category, which has allowed TNT to successfully issue an international bond in September at good conditions in a very volatile market. The Minister of Finance, Com Imbert, has pointed out that all rating agencies have confirmed the resiliency of TNT's economy and the appropriateness of the government's policies to respond to and overcome external shock.
Good news.
That's so far. When we had another big story in Trinidad and Tobago regarding hundreds of people going out to find jobs in Guyana. Let's take a look at that. This is the hundreds of people who went out to try to get these jobs. And lastly, Tommy, I think it was a big story was the Prime Minister Rowley in Canada for the Canada CARICOM Summit and the close of that Canada CARICOM Summit.
3-day Canada CARICOM Summit in Ottawa, Canada. Dr. Rowley suggested that the summit occur on a biannual basis to ensure that the common interest of the nations is not left behind.
We found common ground with respect to Canada's strength that can be made available to us in the region on the issue of regional security, national safety and security, providing of equipment which we find difficult in the region, standing with us and voicing our concerns about being disregarded in the international community of financing response to climate change, standing in defense with us, where only this week we are reporting that 2 of our CARICOM nations have found themselves being excluded.
He added that the relationships with Canada helps to strengthen CARICOM's voice on an international scale.
And standing with us in taking common positions on matters, even if the troubles are far away, the effects are close to us, like the Middle East, and of course, coming out of the COVID experience. So there's a lot that Trinidad and Tobago and the CARICOM and Canada have in common, and we intend to ensure that our strengths work for us.
Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said this week the leaders discussed regional and global challenges.
Yesterday, we focused on many priorities. Not only did we talk about fighting climate change, but we also talked about how protecting the environment is good for our economies.
We have it.
Is the Minister of National Security in the Parliament. So let's take a listen to that.
Minister Fitzgerald Hinds acknowledges that hundreds of vacancies exist within various arms of state security, including 519 at the prison service alone. He did not take well to the citation of the Prisons Officers Association, which signaled that systems are failing within the service.
I am now in a position to declare to you that the prison service is not in shambles. It is out there performing its role and its function to the people of Trinidad and Tobago as is expected.
So a clear answer is you are satisfied with the state of the prison services in Trinidad as it relates to vacancies.
I did not say I was satisfied. There's always room for improvement.
Questioned by the opposition over the hundreds of other vacancies in other arms of national security, it was under the bus for the Public Service Commission.
These are commissions that do a particular job in relation to filling vacancies, and consequently it is not within the minister's purview to determine how fast or how slowly it is done.
They also are in charge
of the promotions. So as we have found over time, existing now for decades, when the promotions are not done, those below cannot rise into the positions. So it is somewhat less than honest for the member to be taking that position with the minister.
In spite of a vacancy for a...
We have 5 stories. But Tommy, I believe there are 2 stories that are significantly important in the past week, right? And one of those stories is regarding to the possible rate increase. And the second story is regarding the expulsion of this young lady from a school there in Siparia.
Yeah.
Right? That's the expulsion of that young lady. And what we're going to do, Tony, we're going to address that, and we're also going to address the possible RIC rate increase, because I have 2 editorials, Tommy. I have an editorial on the expulsion, and I have an editorial on the RIC
proposed increase.
Proposed increase, correct. So let's get a little background with respect to the RIC rate increase. Take a listen to this.
And as we said earlier on, revised rates for residential customers of the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission, or TNTEC, were revealed this morning as calculated by Regulated Industries Commission Executive Director Michelle Salandi.
Second tier of 201 to 700. Again, multiplying that kilowatt hour by my rate of 40 cents will give me a cost of $194.20. So what I do is basically calculate my consumption from each band by the rate that is present for each band.
Chairman Dawn Callender gave an overall view of the rates, saying that they tie in with those previously advertised.
What we hear is that for residential customers, the new rates will continue to be between 15% and 64% if you are a very heavy user. For most persons, we expect that they will fall between 15% and 22%.
For commercial customers, 2 rates exist as per B1 and B2 entities. B1s will now be billed monthly, and their customer charge increases from $25 to $35. B2 entities will now be called on to pay a customer charge, which is also $35. In terms of the tariff, there was an increase from 0.41 cents to 0.56 cents. More on the rates in a subsequent newscast.
Now, Tommy, we are back with you. So, Tommy, what I want to do here, I just want to give the people a little sort of, an idea of what this rate increase can cost the people of Trinidad and Tobago, okay? So we did a little calculation. We did a calculation of 900 kilowatt hour, 1,200 kilowatt hour, and 1,400 kilowatt hour. And we compare the new bill to your old bill, and what will be your percentage increase. Okay, we're not going to go into the specifics of the difference between tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4, but we're just going to give you the overall figure. For example, if you use 900 kilowatt hours, your new bill will be approximately $419. Your old bill,
which is roughly 40% more.
Right. So let me give them the old bill. The old bill would have been $300, right? And that's approximately what, Tommy?
40% roughly.
Right. That will be an approximately a 40% increase in your new bill. So you went from approximately $419 to $300, approximately 40% increase. That's if you use 900 kilowatt hours. Let's go to 1,200 kilowatt hours now. Your total new bill will be approximately $599. Your old bill was $419, right? That percentage increase is approximately 43%. So you are paying 43% more for 1,200 kilowatt hours. And lastly, when we go to 1,400 kilowatt hours, your total new bill will be $752, and your old bill was $502.50. So we just rounded up to $503. So you're going from 502 to $752. And here is the kicker, ladies and gentlemen. That's a percentage increase of 50%. 50%. Now, the question we are asking to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, in this time and age, do you think that is fair? And with that in mind, let me quickly go to my editorial. So this editorial is based on what happened there. And let me get back over here. All right, let me get back over here. So here's my editorial. And folks, we're going to take your calls after the break, okay? We're going to take the calls after the break. So here's my editorial. The Regulated Industry Commission has recommended an increase in electricity rates and service charges for Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission customers. The RIC has also recommended that customers be billed on a monthly cycle instead of the existing bi-monthly cycle. Customers will also be billed on a 4-tier rate system instead of the previous 3-tier system. There will be rate increases across every tier. Based on the kilowatt per hour consumption at Tier 1, customers will pay a tariff of 28 cents per kilowatt hour, which was previously 26 cents. At Tier 2, customers will pay a 40 cents per kilowatt hour, which was previously 32 cents. At Tier 3, they will pay 54 cents when there was a previous rate of 37 cents. And at Tier 4, customers will pay 68 cents per kilowatt hour. The new rate for residential customers amount to an increase of between 15% for low consumption users and 64% for high consumption users if applied by TNTech. The increase in electricity rates and tariffs in Trinidad and Tobago is likely to have a significant impact on consumers and the population of the country. The rise in electricity rates would lead to an increase in the cost of living for consumers, particularly those who are already struggling to make ends meet. This increase in costs could lead to a reduction in disposable income, which could have a knock-on effect on consumer spending and economic growth. The increase in electricity rates could also have a significant impact on business operating in Trinidad and Tobago. Higher electricity costs could lead to higher production costs, which could make it more difficult for businesses to remain competitive. This could lead to job losses and reduce economic activity. Furthermore, the increase in electricity rates could have a negative impact on the environment. Higher electricity costs could lead to an increase in the use of fossil fuels, which will contribute to climate change. In conclusion, the increase in electricity rates and tariffs in Trinidad and Tobago is likely to have a far-reaching consequences for consumers, businesses, and the environment. It is important that policymakers take these consequences into action when making decisions about economic policy. So there you have it, folks. That's my editorial with respect to those increase in prices. You can have your say. You can call us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. We're going to go for a quick station identification. And when we come back, we're going to take your calls. We'll be right back.
This Sunday and every Sunday is Rerun Sunday on the Street 91.9 FM. It's a blast from the past program from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This Sunday, we'll be featuring
George Mbaba. The King of Talk is on 91.9 FM. afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madeleine. Good afternoon, Mr. George.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Mr. George, I'm still waiting in anticipation. I don't think that man at West Shore would call you back, you know.
Well, if he doesn't call me back today, trust me, he'll call me back tomorrow, or I will call him back anyway. Or the minister will have to explain to me, or the chief medical officer. Somebody owes the people of Trinidad and Tobago a response to this nastiness that is going on in it.
There's a unmannerly country with rude people.
Don't worry, I could deal with them.
Okay.
Thank you for your call.
It's a Blast from the Past program from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Live on the street, 919 FM, and Iowa TV on YouTube. Live on the street, 919 FM. And Iowa TV on YouTube. The Street, 919 FM on Facebook.
When everything seemed to be gone, the worst thing to do is sit down and mourn.
Every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Let's talk politics on a Sunday on The Street, 919 FM. Sunday Talk. Come on, people. This is a balanced program. Share the love.
So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying.
Tune in to 91.9 FM and join us in the village with Dat Triplets every Monday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are here to fearlessly confront important issues and engage in objective discussions on the latest trends. You can also catch our live stream on WZYE 95.9 FM, New York, New Jersey. Get informed, get inspired, get educated every Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. right here on this radio station.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Oni Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud.
Wow.
Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of The Street 919 FM.
Listen now. Share the life. I want everybody share the life. Downtown Posse I feel share the life. Uptown Posse I feel share the life. Share the life. Share the life. Everybody just share the life. Tobago share the life. Don't you know behind every diamond, don't you know there's a behind every diamond. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. We gotta keep on going.
And of course, folks, we are back with you. Share the live. Iowa TV on YouTube, The Street 919 FM on Facebook, The Street 919 FM on Instagram. And you can reach us here at, what's the number, Stormy? Yeah, unmute your mic. 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
973-609-6509.
That's right, folks. You can call us at those numbers. And folks, a big thing that I believe may have been overlooked, Tommy, the customer fee went from $3 to $7.50, Tommy, which is 150% increase. Let me repeat that. Yes, we are talking about the rate increase going from 28 cents and going up and going, yeah. But the customer fee, Tony, went from $3 to $7.50, an increase of 150%, Tommy, in this guava season. So the question is, do you believe that the proposed rates by the RIC are fair, and if the government are going to implement these rates?
Call in and let us know what you think.
We take your calls. So, Tommy, the other thing I wanted to do, you had sent me something, Tommy, and I'm going to look for that again. Let me look for that, because I think this is very instructive. And, you know, before we look for that, okay, let me look for that, Tommy. Let me look for that, because I think this is very instructive. You had sent me this. Here we go. Here we go. This is an article from July 13th, 2023 in Loop News. And the headline reads, no electricity rate hikes after election, minister says. Let me repeat that. No electricity rate hike after elections, minister says. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez has denied allegation by opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar that electricity rate hikes will be implemented after the August 14th local government election. Minister Gonzalez was contacted by Loop News for comment on the opposition leader claims. Speaking on a political platform on Monday, July the 10th, Persad-Bissessar asserted that the additional revenues were used to purchase more body bags, given the current state of crime plaguing the country. In response, Gonzalez said the government has no authority in law to review the country's utility rates, as is the case in many Commonwealth countries. This is the responsibility of an independent regulator appointed by the president of TT. The UNC under Kamla is continuing its campaign of lies, distortion, and misinformation in Trinidad and Tobago, and that is the reason they should be soundly defeated in the upcoming local government election, he says. The Public Utilities Minister said the matter of the rate increases is still with the Regulated Industries Commission, and there has been no update on it from the Commission just yet. Gonzalez added that for sound reasons, the law is designed to ensure politicians have no involvement in the utility rate review process. The issues of rate review can be very political in nature, whilst for the utility companies, it can be their very survival. The conduct of the leader of the opposition is a classic example of why this matter has not been appropriately dealt with in the past, he said. The minister said the opposition leader ought to hang up her hat at this stage, adding that she's searching for political relevance with these claims. So there you have it, Tommy. The minister assured the public of Trinidad and Tobago that there will be no rate increase. So the question is, right, Tommy, we could expand on the question.
We've heard many no's before that became yeses.
Say that again, Tommy?
We've heard many no's before that became yeses.
For example, you have any example?
We are not closing down Petrotrin.
Oh no, that's not an example, right? Yeah. So the question is, the minister is saying no rate increase, right? The RIC is saying here's the possibilities. So who has to make the decision now, right? So the question to you, the population, do you think these rate increases are fair? Possible rate increases are fair? Do you think it's fair for the customer fee to be increased by 150%? Right? So Tommy, I saw a Facebook video with, I think, a gentleman by the call of Irvin Felix. He was saying something to the effect that they give you in the right hand and they take it away in the left hand. Something to that effect. Is it something like that? I'm not sure exactly what he was trying to say. But I heard him saying that and they were playing it. And I said, wow, I mean, so let me just go to the chat. Caribbean Soul says, Wall Street, I have a question. In order for that gas deal to happen, Maduro has to hold fair elections. What if Maduro lost elections? Will the new PM of Venezuela carry on that dragon gas deal? I guess we have to wait and see. Right, Tommy? Unmute your mic. We have to wait and see.
An agreement with the state is an agreement with the state, regardless of who's in power. If you have an agreement, it should hold steadfast.
I mean, that makes sense. If you have an agreement, Caribbean Soul, it doesn't matter who is in power, right? Maybe you could try to renegotiate the agreement, but
I mean that's the way things work in the real world.
An agreement is an agreement, right?
Yeah, with a country. It's not Maduro is the head of state, but he's representing a country.
Right. So Captain Singh says, yeah, it's fair walls. Okay. Darren Red, welcome. They ain't riot yet. Okay. My guy from the fishing pond says, it's too hard now for more taxes. Renwick Job says, out of Tobago, good afternoon, Tobago. Darren Red says, why does the citizens have to pay for government incompetence? Okay. All right, let me go over here to see what's going on in. Dexter Sanders in the Iowa TV says, after 8 years, this PNM government failed to make life get easier for citizens. Caribbean Soul says, anytime PNM say they're not closing down something, just know they're closing it. Dexter Sanders says, this is a way for the PNM. They give in one hand and take from another. Okay. All right. So there you have it. That's in. But Tommy, I wanna take this even further, right? And Tommy, I'm laughing. And the reason why I'm laughing is because I heard something this past week that I don't know if it shocked me, I don't know if it surprised me, but I want you to take a listen and maybe you can help me understand this, right? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get something. So when I'm finished playing this, you can get a read of this. So I want you to listen to this, Tommy. I may have to play it twice or 3 times in order for you to understand it. But listen to this, right?
Energy in some places, in all cases, is our life or death consumption.
Yeah, game changer.
In 4 world, in four seasons countries,
America,
it is a matter of life or
and
death.
Yes, it is not something.
Your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Wow.
Tommy, let me play that again because just in case your gas run out in your apartment, you will freeze in your apartment. Okay?
And die.
Let me play that again.
Energy in some places, in all cases, is a life or death consumption.
Game changer.
In four seasons countries,
America,
it is a matter of life or
and
death.
Yes. It is not something
your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Yep.
Hey. All my years living in America, I have never seen anybody in an apartment and the gas. But Tommy, let me differentiate between the difference between energy and gas. All right. Before we go, let me play that again, Tommy, so the people don't think that.
Energy.
Let me play it again.
Energy in some places, in all cases, is a life or death consumption.
Game changer.
In four seasons countries,
America,
it is a matter of life or death.
Yes. It is not something
your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Wow.
I'm sorry to be. But let me just read. Let me just give the people. What is energy? Energy is not considered to be gas. Energy is a property of matter that can be transferred to other objects or converted into different forms, such as heat, light, or electricity. Gas, on the other hand, is a state of matter that describes a collection of particles that are not bound together and are free to move around in space. So let's listen to this again, Tommy, just so we be clear, be very clear.
Energy in some places, in all cases, is a life or death consumption.
Game changer.
In four seasons countries,
America,
it is a matter of life or death.
Yes. It is not something
your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Wow.
For me,
I guess they know something.
Eh?
They know something.
Tommy, help me here now. Please help me. So, we have PSE&G, right?
Right,
So,
which is our energy, electric and gas provider.
Right. So if somehow the gas coming into the house runs out, right, we could now use energy, right, Tom? We could plug in a heater, right?
To use electric.
Right, to use electric, right? But if Tommy, help me now. When
Oh, God. I guess when if you know, you know, right? And if you don't know, you don't know.
Tommy, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
Try ignorance.
If your gas runs out, you could freeze. You could freeze and die in your apartment, eh? Tommy boy. And these are some of the people who are giving the people of Trinidad and Tobago information. Just imagine that. If you don't know the difference between energy and gas, and you telling the people if your gas runs out, and the man calling America too, you know. In America,
he knows something that we don't.
Tommy, I feel you onto something.
I feel
you onto a gas experiment.
Oh, don't my belly hurt, man. I tried hard not to laugh.
You know, but Tommy, I want to give that fella 3 PhDs, 3 online PhDs.
Oh, Lord.
A PhD in stupidology, a PhD in foolishology, and a PhD in dotishology. For you to come, but Tommy had a game credit, though. He sound very convincing, though.
Yeah, way.
Yeah, let me listen to him again.
Energy in some places, in all cases, is our life or death consumption.
Yeah, game changer.
In four seasons countries,
America.
it is a matter of life or death.
Yes. It is not something
your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Clothes, right? You don't put on warm clothes. You don't put on warm clothes and stay warm, because if you're outside and gas run out when you're walking out in the cold, you'll freeze and die.
Tommy, and before the co-host tried to correct him and direct him in the right direction.
They have to talk about what they know. They know.
Tommy boy, you see, Tommy, it's sad, when you don't know that you don't know, and somebody tell you that you don't know, and you don't want to know that you don't know, even though you don't know that you don't know, and people telling you that you don't know, you still don't want to know that you don't know. Unbelievable. The man say if your gas runs out, you could freeze in your apartment, Freeze,
Let me ask you something. With the 50 years or how long you've been in America, have you ever been in a situation where the gas in your apartment ran out?
Well, they used to tell me living in a basement. The gas never even run out in the basement.
Not even in the basement.
Not even in the basement, the gas run out. The gas never run out in the basement.
Not even during Hurricane Sandy.
Not even during Hurricane Sandy. No hurricane, not a hurricane. The gas didn't run out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I never remember once gas is not having gas on the line.
Yeah. But listen, Eiley says, you will think, right? He comes with wisdom and knowledge, But in Trinidad, like that don't happen, boy. And these are the people on radio. Energy is a game changer. And life or death, boy, I tell you, boy, the man say, if your gas runs out, right?
You freeze and
in America,
die.
You freeze and die.
Yep.
Tommy, when I heard that, Tommy, I could not believe, Tommy. Right?
Well, guess what? Maybe if you're in your car, maybe if you're in your car and you're in Colorado on a very cold mountain and your car gone out of gas and nobody's there to help you. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just trying to find a scenario where that'll make sense.
So Tommy, what your guys know your apartment. Your guys know your apartment, right?
Well,
because you run out of gas in your car. Oh, Tommy, you raise a point there.
You might be
if
living
your
in your car.
apartment is your car. Go ahead.
Maybe you're living in your car.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're living in your car and your gas runs out, you can freeze and die.
Oh gosh.
So let me rephrase it.
A game changer.
If you are living in your car and your gas runs out, you can freeze and die. Tommy, but I know the kind of gas he talking about.
Well, we just trying to give this thing some kind of validity.
Hello. Yeah. A fella say, Wall Street, I want urge people to stop smoking cigarette in their house. Because if your gas run out in your house, right, to provide electricity, based on the advice of that young man. Yeah? Margaret, welcome. Victoria, welcome. Victoria says, good afternoon all. Hope all is well. This is an issue I didn't want to get into. All I will say that an increase is due, but it will be reduced, but it's just to show the real value. Victoria, the only one of the few places on the planet that I see people going to the news and telling them, you know what, I have a problem with our price increase, you know, man. No problem. Increase the price now. That ain't no problem if we got a little price increase. Victoria, you don't have a problem with 150% increase in a customer fee? Tell me where you getting for that? Where you getting for the customer fee? Eh? A customer fee increase 150% from $3 to $7.50%. You know what will happen now? I think your gas go run out now. I think your gas definitely go run out now. I think.
Not the electricity.
Yeah, you gotta put the electricity because your gas go run out. 150% increase, Victoria.
Yeah,
that's customer service fee.
That's over the top.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. That's sad. That's very sad. Right? That's sad. Yes, but Victoria, if you said the value will be reduced, why they have to increase the customer service fee 150%? Why? And Tommy, to me, it looked like that's something that was kind of snuck in there. And the people didn't realize it. But that's what we are here to do, you know. We are here to speak truth to power. We speak truth to power. Our customer service fee from $3 to $7.50. And that is considered to be acceptable. That is acceptable? Really? Anyway, if you all like it, so I am not going to complain. I am not going to complain. Huh? Tommy, Harold, welcome. Harold asking, what if you doesn't pay your gas bill, sir? Tommy.
If you don't pay a gas bill, they don't come and shut you off just like that.
If you don't pay electricity bill, what happens? If you don't pay water bill, what happens?
They cut the service.
It's simply, yes, if I don't pay my gas bill, the simple thing that's done, they come, they turn off my meter, and I ain't getting no gas. That's it. My gas didn't run out.
Never runs out.
It never runs out. Ulrich, welcome. It never runs out. So why are you trying to defend the indefensible? What if you don't pay your gas bill? Really? Oh, boy. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we try to deceive. Man was very convincing, boy. If your gas runs out, you could freeze and die in your apartment. Oh, God. Well, yes, you know, that one take the cake, eh? And I have others too, you know. I have others too, because when we come back from the break, they form a new T20 team in Trinidad and Tobago called the People's Night Riders, the PNR, the People's Night Riders. When we come back, we go talk about that, right? So let's go for the break. It's Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics on 91.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this short message.
This Sunday and every Sunday is Rerun Sunday on the Street 91.9 FM. It's a blast from the past program from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This Sunday, we'll be featuring
George Mbaba. The King of Talk is on 91.9 FM.
Good afternoon, Madeleine. Good afternoon, Mr. George.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Mr. George, I'm still waiting in anticipation. I don't think that man at West Shore would call you back, you know.
Well, if he doesn't call me back today, trust me, he'll call me back tomorrow, or I will call him back anyway. or the minister will have to explain to me, or the chief medical officer. Somebody owes the people of Trinidad and Tobago a response to this nastiness that is going on in it.
There's an unmannerly country with rude people.
Don't worry, I could deal with them.
Okay.
Thank you for your call.
It's a Blast from the Past program from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Live on the Street, 919 FM, and Iowa TV on YouTube. Live on the Street, 919 FM, and Iowa TV on YouTube. The Street, 919 FM on Facebook.
When everything seemed to be gone, the worst thing to do is sit down and mourn.
Every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Let's talk politics on a Sunday on the Street 919 FM. Sunday Talk. Come on, people. This is a balanced program. Share the love.
So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying.
Tune in to 91.9 FM and join us in the village with Dat Triplets every Monday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are here to fearlessly confront important issues and engage in objective discussions on the latest trends. You could also catch our live stream on WZYE 95.9 FM, New York, New Jersey. Get informed, get inspired, get educated every Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. right here on this radio station.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy. Wow. Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Wow. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Listen now.
of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with you. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics on 91.9 FM. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Iowa TV and YouTube, The Street 919 FM on Facebook, The Street 919 FM on Instagram. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we can reach us here on WhatsApp. WhatsApp only, it's a free call, 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. That's 973-609-6509. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, coming up right after this program, this Sunday and every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. right here on the Street 919 FM, a blast from the past. It's a rerun program. Today we feature the King of Talk, George Umbala, with a blast from the past. Again, join us on Iowa TV and YouTube, the Street 919 FM on Facebook, and the Street 919 FM on Instagram. Hello, caller. Welcome. You're on Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics. Hello? All right, folks. That caller is reconnected.
This thing, I don't know why does get trouble. I don't know why he has get trouble when I call you so.
Kingsley, welcome. You're live on air.
Hear me clear?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yes. I want to thank you very much. And I must say good afternoon to Uncle Tommy.
Good afternoon, Kingsley. Welcome.
Hearing you loud and clear.
I want to thank you very much. I could just tell me when I'm breaking up because I'm standing still like a soldier. Watch it. Let me say good evening to your listeners at this time from 2 to 4.
1 to 4.
Let me say good afternoon to
1 to 4.
1 to 4.
Yeah.
Forgive me. 1 to 4. Let me say good afternoon to my good friend Kunji, where I know he cannot be in the garden this all the day because rain like hell. Wall Street. We have some serious rain in our grid of Trinidad and Tobago. Some thunders, some hurricanes, some flooding. We have some jet rain. But Wall Street, what come out of this whole week for me is being disrespect on the world stage. Being disrespect between two powerful men in this world today.
But Kingsley,
Prime Minister,
Kingsley, yes. we ain't talking about that, right? We ain't talking about that yet. What we talking about now? We talking about the gas. We talking about the rise in the gas prices.
I see a
150% increase in the customer fee. Then we go get to that after we clear that up. Let me stick to that. We go get to that.
Yeah, well, Wall Street, I do not agree one bit at this time for nothing in this country to be raising as poor people back is against the wall. As today, the working class come the working poor. As today that the government is only trying to target the poor as any means necessary. Because today, this country is hurting. Because watching the facts remain that every time we face the supermarket, we have to pay more. Every time we face the grocery, we have to pay more. Every time we travel, we have to pay more. Every time we go by the pump, we have to pay more. So you give us 2 years, 3 days after, you come to raise the current of Trinidad and Tobago. You think it's fair? You think it's fair?
But Kingsley, I have seen videos with people saying that it's okay for them to raise the rates. And we have a person in here just said that she believes it's okay for them to raise the rates. Once they kind of lower it now. Lower it. Not, don't make it so high, but lower it a little bit. They're okay with that, Kingsley?
Only if you have money. and you're looking for $20,000 to $25,000 a month, you could think so. But looking for 4,000 something, 3,000 something a month, 2,000 something a month, 1,400 a fortnight, 2,005 a fortnight, you wouldn't be thinking so. And some of them who talking, they ain't paying electricity rate. It's sad. It's sad to hear that comment, Wall Street and Tommy. It's very sad to hear that. That is see how our country are thinking. Let's see how our people can. So there's no fixture in it. But these people supporting it, and they're only supporting it because the party in power and the black man in power. What a disgrace. That's all supporting it now. I so anxious to expose it right now, right here. Because I cannot have a government come to empower the rich and suffer the poor. How could we support that? How could we support an evil government who tell us brave that he come to empower? Because he said that the gap must remain the same as how it is. The rich must be rich and the poor must be poor. So he come to break no gap. He come to keep it just how it is. So he explain us that. He explain us that.
Kingsley, we have a next call.
Only listening.
We have a next call.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Because I want to come back and expose Dr. Rowley.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So, Harold says, Wall Street playing with words. But the fact is, if you doesn't pay your gas bill in the winter, PSE&G will shut off your service and you can... I'm sorry, folks. I don't mean to laugh. Let me repeat Harold comment to me. Harold says, Wall Street playing with words. But the fact is, if you don't pay your gas bill in the winter, PSE&G will shut off your service and you could possibly freeze. Can you imagine that? Tommy, maybe you didn't hear what I said, Tommy. Let me
well, I heard you clearly.
Oh, okay.
But PSE&G don't make no extreme actions, take no extreme actions. They try to work with you if you're having problems. They will work with you.
Tommy, how is that running out of gas? If you didn't pay your service, right? And they cut off your gas. Did you run out of gas? Maybe I'm from Chumakak. Maybe I don't understand these kind of things, you know? If
you don't run out, that's not running out of gas.
Did you run out of gas?
You didn't run out of gas. You didn't pay for your gas.
Oh, God. Well, yes. I like that, boy. You know? No. Listen to this, eh? Harold, you have to get a round of applause, boy. Nah. Harold, take a round of applause for that, eh? Let me get Harold a round of applause. Harold, we don't give off round of applause in here often, you know. But take a round of applause, Harold. Take this.
I hope that's not Harold who used to work for me.
Huh?
I hope that's not Harold who used to work for me.
No. I don't think so, Tommy. I don't think that's Harold who used to work for you. But Harold, boy, I'd give you credit, boy. I respect your opinion, man. If PSE&G cut off your gas, you go run out of gas. All right. But folks, Harold also said that no. No, Gordon said something, and Gordon talks about solutions, right? He said we don't come with solutions. Right, Tommy? All right?
We in this show we don't force our opinion or perspective on the listener. Listener,
we don't force our opinions. But Tommy, Harold, what are the solutions? Is it Harold? Let me ask him the question. No, Gordon Maloney, what are some of the solutions that you recommend with regards to the RIC and the government not raising the electricity rates? You give us some of your solutions, and we will put your solution out into the atmosphere. Give us your solutions. What are your solutions? Right? A man says, Harold, tell them you recently had a gas increase in New Jersey, sir. Okay. I mean, if I had a gas increase, I still have gas. Right, Tommy? at least I run out of gas. All right.
We've never run out of gas.
All right, so we're waiting for a solution. Victoria says, can someone tell me when will be the right time to do what needs to be done? Victoria, timing is everything. Let's wait a minute. Okay, we are back with you. Victoria, timing is everything. Okay, so we addressed the gas issue, and we addressed that we have to be careful in the United States of America, because if we gas or not, we could freeze to death. So I'm putting out a all points APP, all points bulletin for people in the United States of America to be very careful, because if you run out of gas, winter is coming. If you run out of gas, there's a great possibility you might freeze to death. And we don't want people in this country to freeze to death. So just in case, we put that out there. Now, Tommy, the next big issue facing Trinidad and Tobago was the issue regarding the young lady who was expelled from school. Right? This lady was expelled from school. This young lady was expelled from school because there have been indication that she was very disrespectful
to her teacher.
And there was a letter that was sent by the Minister of Education to the parents indicating that she was expelled from school, right? But for me, don't we have disrespect by many of our politicians in Trinidad and Tobago? How are they an example to these young people when they themselves are very disrespectful? Right? We had disrespect like calling people monsters and hyenas. Right? We had disrespect like calling people imps, pimps, and chimps. We had disrespect like saying a person is involved in geometry. Right? We had disrespect like saying a woman is like a golf course and she has to be groomed. Right? Disrespectful. And it's on both sides of the political divide. Those are disrespect. So how come, and I'm asking the question, that this young lady now must be expelled from school because, yes, she made a mistake? And I'm asking the question, and I have an editorial on that too. Was this expulsion dinosauric, Jurassic, Stone Age, and archaic? The question is this. Was this expulsion of this young lady in 2023 dinosauric, Jurassic, Stone Age, and archaic? Right. After I hear from you, I will give my editorial. So we have this issue in Trinidad and Tobago with respect to this young lady being disrespectful. And I think it's very important that students have respect. But to me, there are many alternative methods that could have been put in place even before we get to that point, right? And after what happened. And the editorial is going to address that, right? So again, the question is, Is it dinosauric, Jurassic, Stone Age, and archaic? Right? Harold says, playing with words, sir. The facts remain. If they shut your service, you run out. Maybe you use the wrong word, but the fact remains respect. Tommy, please correct me. He says, playing with words, sir. The fact remains, if they shut your service, you run out. Maybe you use the wrong words, but the fact remains. I am. Folks, you can also send your voice notes as well to 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. I am at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. You know, Tommy, let me do my editorial on the
and Siparia, on the child in Siparia.
Yes. Let me do my editorial. And this editorial comes with some solutions to it. And we have another issue we are going to address that is going to blow people's minds in Trinidad and Tobago. Unbelievable. And we're going to get to that on right after the half hour. Right? So here's my editorial. The expulsion of a student from school is a serious matter that can have long-lasting consequences. In the case of the female student who was expelled from school in Trinidad, it is important to consider the impact that this decision will have on her future. Expulsion can lead to a range of negative outcomes, including reduced educational opportunities, social isolation, and increased risk of involvement in criminal activities. Instead of expulsion, there are several alternative options that could be considered. And here are 10 possible alternatives. Harold, are you listening? Counseling. The student could be referred to a counselor who can help her address any underlying issues that may have contributed to her behavior. 2, mentoring. A mentor could be assigned to the student to provide guidance and support. 3, community service. The student could be required to complete community service as a way of making amends for her behavior. 4, restorative justice. The student could participate in restorative justice program that involves meeting with victims and taking responsibility for her action. 5, behavioral contract. The student could be required to sign a behavioral contract that outlines expectations for her behavior going forward. 6, in-school suspension. The student could be suspended from school for a period of time, but allowed to continue her studies under supervision. 7, alternative school. The student could be transferred to an alternative school that is better equipped to meet her needs. 8, peer mediation. The student could participate in peer mediation sessions with other students who have experienced similar issues. 9th, and this one is very important, parental involvement. Parents could be required to attend meetings with school officials and participate in their child's education more closely. And last, number 10, therapy. The student could be referred to a therapist who can help her work through any emotional or psychological issues. It is important to note that each situation is unique and the appropriate response will depend on the specific circumstances involved. However, it is clear that expulsion should be considered as a last resort, as it can have serious negative consequences for students and their future prospects. So there you have it. So that's the editorial with solutions, you know, and it. So we asking the question: is it dinosauric, Jurassic, Stone Age, and archaic that in this day and age, that's what we are doing? Huh? Hailey says, I mean, the punishment is a little harsh, but other students should take it as a learning lesson. Okay. Okay, let me go here. Dexter Sanders say, I will say it's a Stone Age decision by the Ministry of Education. Caribbean Soul says, Wall Street, but the talking tongue was the Minister of Education made a decision based on citizen comments. So how come they never made a decision when we call for Fitzgerald Hines to be fired? Okay. All right. Nadia, welcome. Victoria says expulsion can also be positive and not always negative. It is an issue that one size does not fit all. The disrespect, in my opinion, see as norm in the US is now in the TT. No, Victoria. That's not the norm in well, at least in schools that my kids have gone to. What about you, Tommy?
Not in my kids' school. I know for sure they have to be on the P's and Q's. As a matter of fact, parent involvement is probably the most important aspect of schooling when it comes to dealing with children's behavior. And first to begin, charity begins at home.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I just think, Tommy, that so many things are happening. Are these things reactionary, right? Rather than trying to be proactive? Are these things reactionary than trying to be proactive? Because, you know, for example, we had the issue in Trinity with the bridge, right? Right? There was a reactionary decision rather than a proactive decision. Too many times we are seeing decisions that are more reactionary than being proactive. And we need to have these proactive instances. You know, it's funny, right, Tommy? Every time I see a video, it's about kids fighting in school. You're telling me that all that's happening in these schools are just kids fighting. That's it. And the thing about it is that many of us are sharing those videos. What about there's no positivity going on? None? None at all? Yeah? So these are some questions people need to be asking. But you know, Tommy, you know what's funny? Well, not funny, really. We have a possible raise in electricity rates, right? And it's par for the course. People are not unhappy. People are saying, yeah, they had a raise. And then you know the first thing I'm going to tell you? Look at what it is in America. In Trinidad and Tobago, they want to compare Trinidad and Tobago to the worst of the worst outside rather than the best of the best. Why don't we compare Trinidad and Tobago, some of the best happening in other countries? I guess it's a matter of convenience, right? So folks, stick and stay. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on 91.9 FM. Of course, we come to you every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. right here on the #1 station that defends the nation, 91.9 FM. Stay strong, stay put. We'll be right back after this message.
This Sunday and every Sunday is Rerun Sunday on the Street 91.9 FM. It's a blast from the past program from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This Sunday, we'll be featuring
George Mbaba, the King of Talk, is on 91.9 FM.
Good afternoon, Madeleine. Good afternoon, Mr. George.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Mr. George, I'm still waiting in anticipation. I don't think that man at West Shore would call you back, you know.
Well, if he doesn't call me back today, trust me, he'll call me back tomorrow, or I will call him back anyway. Or the minister will have to explain to me, or the chief medical officer. Somebody owes the people of Trinidad and Tobago a response to this nastiness that is going on in it.
There's a unmannerly country with rude people.
Don't worry, I could deal with them.
Okay.
Thank you for your call.
It's a blast from the past program from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Live on the Street, 919 FM, and Iowa TV on YouTube. Live on the Street, 919 FM. And Iowa TV on YouTube. The Street, 919 FM on Facebook.
When everything seemed to be gone, the worst thing to do is sit down and mourn.
Every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Let's talk politics on a Sunday on The Street 919 FM. Sunday Talk. Come on, people. This is a balanced program. Share the love.
So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying.
Tune in to 91.9 FM and join us in the village with Dat Triplets every Monday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are here to fearlessly confront important issues and engage in objective discussions on the latest trends. You could also catch our live stream on WZYE 95.9 FM, New York, New Jersey. Get informed, get inspired, get educated every Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. right here on this radio station.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Oni Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Courage you must win, don't you know?
You listening? Listen now. Share the life. I want everybody share the life. Downtown Posse, I feel share the life. Uptown Posse, I feel share the life. Share the life. Share the life. Everybody just share the life. Tobago, share the life.
Don't you know? Behind every dark cloud, don't you know? There's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. to go forward in sure certainty. Let no element humbug that possibility. But if you give up, you have no way of knowing if next day would have brought good tidings. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going.
We are back with you. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Iowa TV on YouTube, The Street 919 FM on Facebook, The Street 919 FM on Instagram. You can reach us here. WhatsApp calls only. It's free. 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. You can also send your voice notes as well to those numbers. So, folks, we have addressed the issue with respect to the possible raise in rates in Trinidad and Tobago. And in that, the rates can be raised, or the rates are going to be raised depending on how much kilowatts you use. The rates are going to be raised in instances where you use 900 kilowatt hours. Your bill is going to go from $300 to $418, which is a 39% increase. So it's going to go from $300 to $418 if you use 900 kilowatt hours. That's a 40% increase, right? If you use 1,200 kilowatt hours, your bill will go from $419 to $599, which is a 43% increase. So 1,200 kilowatt hours, your bill going from $419 to $599, which is a 43% increase. And if you are a heavy user and you use 1,400 kilowatt hours, your bill is going to go from $502 to $752, which is a 50% increase. In addition to that, your customer fee that you pay will go from $3 to $7.50, which is 150% increase. And you know the funny thing? I don't understand, Tommy. I don't understand this, Tommy.
What don't you understand?
Tommy, you and I didn't make up those numbers, did we?
No, we got that from what was published.
Did we just go and take them numbers? Did we use the spaghetti theory to just throw something up on a wall and see what will stick? Those are facts. Facts are stubborn things. Those are facts. So why should
remember it's all proposed. It's not a law yet.
And I fully understand that. But Tommy, I don't understand. I mean, anyway, let me don't go there. Let me don't go there. Gordon says, tell me one place and or one thing that prices are not going up. Is it true that TT has not raised TNTEC price in 17 years? You think we can go to 50 years and don't increase? Harold says, okay, maybe the people not living in, maybe they're living in the US and they're not living in Trinidad and Tobago, right? But based on that, folks, we had played this. If you just joined us, we had played this.
Energy in some places, in all cases, is our life or death consumption.
Yeah, game changer.
In four seasons country,
America.
It is a matter of life or death.
Yes. It is not something.
Your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Oh God, Tommy. If the gas runs out, all right. Well, okay. What can I say, Tommy? What can I say?
It's a life and death situation.
Yeah, it's a life and. Yeah. Margaret says, you know what's funny? TNT always comparing the world, but the world when they do not agree with what's happening in their country. Citizens take a stand, but citizens don't do that. SMH. Yeah. Why do we always compare Trinidad and Tobago to the worst of the worst rather than the best of the best? Why don't we compare them to some of the socialist countries and the freest countries in the world? Why we don't compare them to them? Right? Why we don't? If we are going to be balanced and fair like we are, that's what you will do. Because we are not coming here and making anything up. Look all the news stories we paid for you earlier. Right? We talk about the Dragon gas deal. Yeah? As a matter of fact. So for some of you may have missed it. Some of you may have missed it. And this is what we played. We played this. We played this.
More progress in this country's push to develop the Dragon gas field.
We have been granted a significant amendment to our OFAC license. The first point is that the license will now run for 2 years until the 31st of October 2025.
With
balance, Tommy.
That's right.
The United States government on Wednesday suspended sanctions on Venezuela after the country's president, Nicolas Maduro, reached a deal with opposition political leaders for the country's presidential elections in 2024. The United States Department of Treasury Office of Foreign Assets Control issued a 6-month general license. Trinidad and Tobago's high credit worthiness ratings of foreign and local currency, CARI AA, was reaffirmed by CARI CRIS on Monday. A media release by the Ministry of Finance stated that Trinidad and Tobago's credit rating of CARI AA with CARI CRIS is the highest rating of the Caribbean region and is also on par with Panama and higher than Mexico and Colombia, which are 2 countries with good capital market access. The Ministry of Finance says this positions this country well into the investment grade category, which has allowed TNT to successfully issue an international bond in September at good conditions in a very volatile market.
Right? We will put those things in a separate file. But people are asking questions in Trinidad and Tobago with respect to, we play this video with respect to...
3-day Canada CARICOM Summit in Ottawa, Canada. Dr. Rowley suggested that the summit occur on a biannual...
Hello, caller, you. Let's talk politics. Sunday talk. How are you?
Good.
Oh, I'm not hearing you. You're very low.
Pleasant evening.
Pleasant evening to you.
Same to you.
Yes. I sit down here listening to your program. Now, yes. You know where Kana Johari is?
Where what?
Kana Johari.
No, I don't know.
What about Cooperstown?
Cooperstown, yes. Baseball Hall of Fame.
Albany.
Yeah, I know Albany, yes.
Utica.
Yes.
Schenectady.
Yes.
Well, all the houses in all these areas have a tank on the side of it. Where the fuel truck just come and put fuel in the tank. In the winter. So that is to burn in your furnace. That is to burn in your furnace.
Caller, can I ask you a question?
You don't have no gas.
Caller, can I ask you a question?
How your furnace go like?
Caller, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If your gas run out, you can't use energy. You can't use electricity. Your electricity just run out too?
We go use electricity.
What do you mean?
Wait. Yes.
Caller, You don't know the difference?
Yes, take up the electricity in the furnace.
Caller, if your gas runs out and you're using gas to heat your house, you could use a heater by electricity to heat your house, caller.
Yeah, but if you don't have no heater.
Caller, you have electricity, caller. You can heat your house with electricity, caller. Oh God, come on, man.
Yeah, but how you heating the house with electricity? You tell me.
Caller,
because I'm telling you.
Caller, I have.
Tell you all the...
Go ahead.
Hello, you living in the city. I'm talking about in the countryside.
Caller, I know about that. Caller, in the countryside, caller, what you do, just like how we do it, we have electric heaters and you have gas coming into your house. If they cut off, if they cut, caller, all right, caller. Okay. All right. If you don't have an electricity, you go freeze to death. You go freeze to death.
The fact remains, my point is that if you doesn't have no gas in your put in a furnace, you could freeze your backside.
Okay, caller.
Good. Thank you much.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. Okay.
No, most people have electric heaters to back up the gas heater. And I don't know if anybody who don't have electric heater to back up the gas heater.
Tommy, anyway, boy, really, boy, you, Tommy, you are saying that, Tommy, let me play this again. Let me play this again.
Energy in some places, in all cases, is our life or death consumption.
Yeah, game changer.
In four seasons countries,
America.
it is a matter of life or death.
Yes. It is not something
your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Caller, your live.
I really be getting into that worship, that talk worship. But worship, I want to tell the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Are you hearing me, worship?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
I want to tell the government of Trinidad and Tobago, hold back that deal. Hold it back until after 2024 November, after American election.
Yeah, but the permit
on Nicolas Maduro. If Trump come in power, Joe Biden regime will be under serious investigation. When Trump come in power, today, Joe Biden have some agents in Venezuela doing business. Some government agents making deal. This thing could backfire on Trinidad and Tobago after November next year, 2024. Nobody know how the election will go in America. Up to now, Joe Biden never come and say the warrant what Trump government put on Nicolas Maduro, he remove it. Go up and put up now, you can see Nicolas Maduro is wanted by the US and the FBI. Go up now, watch it, and look for it. You can see he wanted.
Kingsley, you know America lifting sanctions on Venezuela, right? You know that, right?
What?
America lifting sanctions on Venezuela, right? You know that, right?
Certain sanctions because they have agents in Venezuela doing that. And certain things they are doing to make certain to get, because Joe Biden government send a team over there and they negotiate certain things. Same with the US ambassador here. It's a whole link to watch it. And if you ain't following it, you wouldn't understand it. Right? If the US said that America is instruction, but it is for something. It is for something. It is not just so. Right? And he never, because Maduro can come in America, he will be locked up. Facts or fiction or fake. He will be locked up. everything. So I am saying this. That deal,
Kingsley, if they lift these sanctions on him, if they lift these sanctions on Venezuela, then Nicholas
remember,
free to travel.
listen to me. Them could do that now. Joe Biden have some months again to go. They could do that now. When Trump regime come in, he could stop everything because Trump have a problem with Nicolas Maduro. Trump regime put out that warrant and tell him we're looking for you and we want you. We will lock you up. So if the regime,
I think Trump should worry about his indictment rather than worry about the president, because he might end up with in an orange suit. You understand? Because did you know that one of his confident just take a plea bargain? Did you know that?
One of his two lawyers take a plea bargain.
Yes.
And you only two lawyers don't take a thing. But Wall Street, we could ask what deal they make.
To sing. That's to sing, Kingsley. They make a deal to sing.
If the AG,
they make a deal to sing. That's why you make deals. She go sing like a red canary. She go be singing like
a man innocent proven guilty. You saying that Trump guilty? You saying that Trump guilty?
No. I'm not saying that.
Two person get bribed. This is 2% get bribed to say something about Trump that make Trump guilty. 2% get bribed to say something about Trump that make Trump get thing. And why? These people are disgruntled. How they got fired from either his workplace in the White House. These people disgruntled. These people are not lawless. These people against making America great and saving the world and stopping this war between Israel and Palestine. These people against stopping the war between Ukraine and Russia. This is the only man. It's the only man Putin will talk to. The only man Putin will make deals to stop this war. The only person that the Palestinian will talk to, because the Palestinian today are saying that the Western media, they don't want to hear nothing about Joe Biden because the Western media take one side. Everybody, CNN, Fox, BBC, everybody is supporting the Israel agenda. Right? They don't want to hear a weak president who only falling down on stage. You can say what they want. I am saying is that he charged 91 charges on the back, and he still have Secret Service over 30-something Secret Service. When he driving in the road, it's over 15 vehicles moving with that man, and you still saying that this man will be or nothing. This man is walking here just so he stand up against the transgender in America. He stand up against man transgender going in women's sports. He stand up against that.
Right,
imagine you running.
All right, Kingsley,
Wall Street. Imagine you running Wall Street and you see a transgender next to you running too.
Kingsley, thank you. Thank you, Kingsley. Oh God,
Kingsley have a whole lot.
Kingsley supporting the indicted former president, boy. He going on with CS. Kingsley going on with the man, boy. Kingsley don't care. Trump, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah. I say you don't have any gas or heater. You cannot go and buy a heater. You man say, oh God. Yeah. Margaret, go ahead, Tommy.
Everybody know what the norm is. The norm is that you have gas, you always have an electric heater to back up.
But Tommy, we have in our house about 4 electric heaters, plus we have a generator just in case the gas cut or there's a storm and something happened with the gas, so we could use electricity. It's not like the gas running out and we go freeze it. Oh, boy. Boy, partner, you take the cake, eh? Even in my basement, I could that. Right says, Right Glock Tech says, this man is a true Trini talking with a conviction about something he knows nothing about. Nah, he knows something because he's talking about places where these places do have outside tanks, right? But the fella who made the statement, this fella here, who made this statement.
Energy energy in some places, in all cases, is our life or death consumption.
Yeah, game changer.
In four seasons countries.
America.
It is a matter of life or death.
Yes. It is not something
your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Tommy, where in America do they monitor your energy consumption? Where? Tommy, help me. Where? Let me get it. Where do they monitor your gas consumption?
I don't know. He knows something we don't.
No, Tommy, you and I have to be missing something, seriously. Come on, man. We
maybe,
have to be missing something.
Maybe we live in a different part of the United States to where he lived.
Maybe we live in something. Huh?
Where he lived, they monitor. Where he lived in the United States, they monitor the consumption.
Man, this is just. Harold Lavanti says, I have hope for Wall Street. First time you sung Unbiased. Okay. A man tell the fella to build a chimney. Yeah, Kingsley, we have 2 minutes.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
You live in America, right? On the estate, right?
Yeah.
Because I believe that you're being unfair to the listeners here, right?
Yeah.
Remember, all they have over there, winter, cold. So all the house come in that. You're buying a house, it come in the heater, and it come in the gas, right? Remember, now we are sun and rain, so we don't have that in the next thing what he's speaking about. So you might be confusing the listeners by just saying that, you know what I mean? Because I'm not getting into this statement what Mr. Ruka make, but I am trying to bring a kind of clarity here. I hope you for
Kingsley, oh God, Kingsley, man. Kingsley, when you call me, use your B-mobile phone, man. Kingsley using the wrong phone. Tommy, how are we trying to confuse the people of Trinidad and Tobago? Help me here.
I don't know.
Help me.
They know things that we don't know.
COP, welcome.
Good afternoon to you, Wall Street. And good afternoon
COP,
to you, Uncle Tony.
We have 2 minutes before the
Good afternoon, sir.
If you want to hold on, when we go to the break, it's fine. All right, you have 2 minutes. Go ahead.
I will take 1 minute and a half over here, and I will call back when you go on the break. Right?
All right, cool, no problem.
Uncle Tony, in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, I see victimization because what the Ministry of Education, we give the Ministry of Education $8 billion. A young girl use obscene language and disrespect a teacher very violently. And we take the position, not me, but the Ministry of Education take the position to expel this girl from school. Uncle Tony, in the police stations in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, we just see the police and them cussing on one another and pulling guns for each other. And today them working still and collecting over $8,000 and $7,000 a month. That little young girl tell the Ministry of Education, she said, I'm sorry, I make a mistake. Please forgive me. You know them deny that forgiveness? The government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. It's sad, it's sick, and that it should be unforgiven. Nowhere else in the world that happened. They create other opportunities for you immediately. And the black community sit down and say she rude and she disrespectful. But when she mother and father, and just now she reached 18 years, ready to vote, all of them running by she and saying, come and vote for the PNM, we got dead one. I'll call back after. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You know, Tommy, let me just read this before we go for the break. Energy is not considered to be gas Energy is a property of matter that can be transferred to other objects or converted into different forms such as heat, light, or electricity. Gas, on the other hand, is a state of matter that describes a collection of particles that are not bound together and are free to move around in space. Folks, we're going to go for a quick station identification. It's Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on 91.9 FM. Sunday Talk, Let's Talk Politics. We'll be right back after this message.
This Sunday and every Sunday is Rerun Sunday on the Street 91.9 FM. It's a blast from the past program from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This Sunday, we'll be featuring
George Mbaba, the King of Talk, is on 91.9 FM.
Good afternoon, Madeleine. Good afternoon, Mr. George.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Mr. George, I'm still waiting in anticipation. I don't think that man at West Shore would call you back, you know.
Well, if he doesn't call me back today, trust me, he'll call me back tomorrow, or I will call him back anyway. Or the minister will have to explain to me, or the chief medical officer. Somebody owes the people of Trinidad and Tobago a response to this nastiness that is going on in it.
There's an unmannerly country with rude people.
Don't worry, I could deal with them.
Okay.
Thank you for your call.
It's a blast from the past program from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Live on the Street, 919 FM, and Iowa TV on YouTube. Live on the Street, 919 FM. And Iowa TV on YouTube. The Street, 919 FM on Facebook.
When everything seemed to be gone, the worst thing to do is sit down and mourn.
Every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Let's talk politics on a Sunday on the Street, 919 FM. Sunday Talk. Come on, people. This is a balanced program. Share the love.
So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying.
Tune in to 91.9 FM and join us in the village with Dat Triplets every Monday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are here to fearlessly confront important issues and engage in objective discussions on the latest trends. You could also catch our live stream on WZYE 95.9 FM, New York, New Jersey. Get informed, get inspired, get educated every Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. right here on this radio station.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy. Wow. Here at Oni Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Wow. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Listen now. Share the light. I want everybody share the light. Downtown Posse, I feel share the light. Uptown Posse, I feel share the light. Share the light. Everybody just share the light. Tobago, share the light.
back with you. It's Sunday Talk with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on 91.9 FM. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, share the live, share the live, share the live. Iwa TV on YouTube, The Street 919 FM on Facebook, The Street 919 FM on Instagram. You can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 or 973-609-6509. Of course, folks, you know, coming up next, a blast from the past, the king of talk, Umbala, coming up next from 4 to 6 p.m. Folks, I want to say something, And Tommy, I'm giving my opinion here. I want to give my opinion on this. I'm giving an opinion here, right? This is my opinion. I have no interest, absolutely no interest in what Prime Minister Rowley wore at that Canada Caribbean Summit. I have no interest in that. Here's where I have an interest. I have an interest in, let me go solo for this, Tommy. Let me go solo here. Let me say this. I have no interest, zero interest in what the Prime Minister was wearing at the Canada CARICOM Summit. Here's why. Here's my interest. You see the $55 million what was spent on that DPP office and they never occupied it? I have an interest in that. I have an interest in that. $55 million are taxpayers' dollars going down the drain. What it is the Prime Minister wearing, whatever you want to wear, dress down, wherever it is. Folks, Google just dress down. Google, one of the biggest company in the world, them just dress down there. Right? All of these companies, 95% of the companies on Wall Street now, they just dress down. They rather wear no suit and tie no more. All right? I have an interest in that. Here why I have an interest in. You see this? You see that? Where the government going to spend $100 million to give out 6 free houses? 600 free houses? When there's houses across the country already? $100 million. That is $155 million already. I have an interest in that. You see? Those are the things I have an interest in. I do have an interest in whether the Prime Minister dressed in a certain way or he didn't dress in a certain way. What that's doing, let me say something. What that's doing for these people?
It's a distraction.
What that's doing for them?
It's a distraction. That conversation is distracting.
Tommy, hold on.
Sufferers only want to know.
That is my interest. I know interest. Oh, how is a man wearing an outfit, right? Go reduce the amount of black people living below the poverty line. How is that? How is that? Well, let's tell me now. How that go reduce the amount of black people living below the poverty line? How that could go reduce the 42% of people, right, who's scoring under 50% in the SCA exam? Well, let make it make sense, that man.
You know, when you really think about it, you just want to think to have a strong opposition or a good opposition would help keep the government feet to the fire and keep them grounded, so to speak. But sometimes it's just pure distractions that you're dealing with. And that's what we plague with distractions.
Yeah. You talking about how a man dressed and how he didn't dress. What? We talk about that. How did that reduce the amount of black people living below the poverty line? And I ask some other statistics for all, yeah? We keep it real here. We speak truth to power in this place here. Right? How is that going to be? If the Prime Minister dressed up and put on a suit and put on the best watch and put on the best shoes and the best underwear, the best t-shirt, how does that reduce the amount of black people living below the poverty line? How does that reduce the $55 million what they already spent on the look, make me forget. The fella who had the building there in Port of Spain, the DPP. How did that reduce that? How did that reduce? They're going to spend 100 million on 600 houses when we have more than 600 houses abandoned in across Trinidad and Tobago. All in worrying about that. All in worrying about our man dress. All in make it real now, man. Make it real now, man. Hello, caller. You on Sunday talk? Let's talk politics. Caller.
Yes, pleasant evening.
Caller, you gotta speak up, caller.
Yes. These houses you was talking about there just now, the 600. I think them houses disappear, you know.
They disappear?
Them houses, yes, they disappear. That is houses that disappear. They had the bills that they pay the contractor. But they can't find the houses where they say the houses are supposed to be located.
Your caller is supposed to be new houses, you know. Them
new houses?
Yeah, them 600 houses. They're supposed to be new houses, aren't they?
Well, to me, that is what they talk about during the week.
But caller,
600 houses disappear.
But caller, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Caller, what is more important? How our prime minister dress, or how things are getting better for people in the country?
Kamala went.
Oh God, caller.
What do you call it? The Dr. Orias went on there and Stockton went on and negotiate for the oil company, for the oil industry in Adaska and bedroom slippers. So with Dr. Orias, we were, but it's not right one to talk about. Now we have $1 billion for China. And then you have our next $1 billion jumping up on the highway from San Fernando to Point 40. Nobody talking about that. Now the billion for China is closing down the smelter plant. It was contracted to build it. So now it's in built. But I want my money. That in fact?
Caller, I don't have any we don't have any information about that, right? You could go ahead.
No. Yeah, look at that.
All right. Thank you, man.
Good.
Yeah. You see, Tommy?
Right.
Oh God, Tommy. Tommy, we people have to wake up, you know. People all have to wake up, you know. All they have to prioritize, you know.
Focus.
All they have to focus, man. All they have to prioritize. You can't, you know, Tommy to say, Tommy, what is the phrase you just used again? A stray dog go back at every car you see pass. Is that what it is?
Yes, you can't. You don't go back at every car wheel that passes.
You don't back at every car wheel, folks. All you have to start to think about things that improves the country. And these sort of distractions, for example, the distractions with regards to the grant and the $69 million, them is distractions. They are all distractions. The other one with the housing, distractions. All you have to stop being easily distracted. All you have to stay focused. You have to focus on the prize. You focus on the light at the end of the tunnel. Just don't hope it's an oncoming train. All you have to focus. We all over the place. You understand? And if we don't focus, the gas might run out in your apartment and you go freeze to death. You have to stay focused. You don't want your gas to run out in your apartment and you freeze to death.
Or you're starved to death because you can't cook.
Or you're starved to death because you can't cook. You have a gas stove and your gas run out, so you can't cook. You understand? Or you might have to revert to a coal pot. Folks, let me focus now. And I'm saying let me focus now. And with that in mind, Tommy, I want to play something. Oh, you know what? Before I play that, I want to read some statistics for you all. These are some statistics. Always sit down on all the chair, please. Always, let me make sure people say down to me. Always sit down on all the chair. Take a shandy. Yeah. Okay. One person take a red shandy, and next person take a ginger beer. Oh, now next person taking a passion fruit, boy. Take the passion fruit. Okay, good. Sit down, Only listen to this. Listen to this, Listen. You're not gonna hear this any other place other than here on Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics. Because we are balanced. We want to bring you all the facts, right? So you all can make an informed decision. Listen to this. Listen carefully. According to the World Bank, the percentage of black people living below the poverty line in Trinidad and Tobago from 2010 to 2015 was as follows. In 2010, there was 19.8% of black people living below the poverty line. In 2011, there was 19.3% of black people living below the poverty line. In 2012, there was 18.8% black people living below the poverty line. All again, the trend by now, right? In 2013, there was 18.3% of black people living below the poverty line. All again, the trend. In 2014, there was 17.8% of black people living below the poverty line. In 2015, there was 17.3% of black people living below the poverty line. As you can see, the percentage of black people living below the poverty line in Trinidad and Tobago decreased over the period from 2010 to 2015. I didn't say that. The World Bank said that. So what does that? So Tommy, it leaves to ask the question.
What about today?
26% or higher. And that means, Tommy, from 2015 to 2023, we have increased by 50% of black people living below the poverty line in Trinidad and Tobago. Facts, not fiction. 17 to 26%. Some people have it 27. I will just say 26%. 17.3% to 26%. Over 50% increase in the last 8 years of black people living below the poverty.
Okay.
And if you really?
No.
What about that? My question is this. Go ahead.
No, there may be the argument that there's been a pandemic in 2020 that put the world to a tailspin. Let's go before the pandemic and see what the numbers were.
Well, Tommy, if we can use the pandemic as an excuse, yes, right? But Tommy, we in 2023, you know. All right, Tommy, let me do this. Let me cut it in half. Let me give you the benefit of the doubt of 25%. Take that.
Go to 2019, before 2020, before the 2020 pandemic, and give us the number of people living below the poverty line at that particular point.
We can do that. I can go and get that. But my simple thing was, you know why I don't want to do that, Tommy? My simple thing is this. We just talk about, oh, these people doing this and these people doing that, right? But these numbers don't lie.
Numbers definitely don't lie. But what I was trying.
Let's take this call. Tommy, hold on. Let's take this call. Hello, caller. You're on Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics.
Yeah, man. Me and Walty.
Yeah, President.
Yeah. Oh,
welcome.
You make me out there, man.
Yeah. We make you out, man. We know your voice, man.
Yeah, right. Well, I got your voice too, you know. You have a calm voice. You're able to relate and thing and to have a debate, you know. Whether. Okay,
yeah, we hearing you.
All right, okay. Well, I want to ask a question with all you today, right?
Yeah.
Now, all of us in Trinidad, and I recognize, I accept that all in Trinidad, you know, although they might be foreigners to a point, but all in Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
So we accept that we government of what they are I mean, whatever we were born onto as government in 1962 to what it is today now, everything has...
Caller, please hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. Hold on.
Fair point here. We know how we put them there, how we go, or are hoping that we know. So that, I'm not talking about representatives, I'm not talking about just the side that is claim government. I'm also talking that the government is with an opposition also. And what I want to find out as a people like me and you, who is the grassroots, who doing the voting and everything, we have two-party system. We find ourselves that the PNM system, they're oppressive, okay. In many ways, I don't want to be too much a thing, but in many ways, well, we say they're oppressive. But I want to know too, if we understand too also that the opposite side of this thing is also oppressive. Do what they had was to do and we didn't like them, that's why they're not in power. Right. What are we doing? Wall Street and Tommy, what it is we really doing? We just say we represent. Should we look to hold on a different kind of parliament, a different kind of cabinet, where we put all that we having representatives inside a one parliament, so that we don't know the views, we could extend the views to the people who we representing. We changing the system to suit, because the two-party state business with Indian opposition, and when sometimes then there be African opposition, or African government, sometimes the Indian will be African government. But two are we playing once again?
PNM Jama, hold on. PNM Jama, hold on.
And that's where the problem is. And don't care how we come on radio, we talking tit for tat. Either side, tit for tat. And nothing coming to a unification.
All right, President, let me take this next call here.
Organizing, I want to know what we as a people, and we are revolting. So what it is we doing.
All right, President, we taking our next call. All right, thanks. Listen off here. All right.
If you could answer me on my call too.
Yeah. We go answer you.
Question to me.
You go answer you. Yeah, man.
Right.
Bless. All right. PNM Jama, welcome. PNM Jama.
Yes, Wall Street.
Hello, welcome. How are you?
Yes. You really find your program is a balanced program? Could you answer me, please?
Very balanced. Have you been listening all day, PNM Jama?
Balancing on one side.
PNM Jama.
Balancing on one side.
PNM Jama, can I ask you a
Wall
question?
Street,
Have you been listening? Have you been listening? Okay.
Listen to me, Wall Street. Listen to me. You know, I hear you talking, but you know, you're not talking about the good thing what's happening in this country. You're talking about all the bad things. If one thing I hear talk good, I think it's about the gas. And then you're talking some kind of thing, if Modoro this and if from that, and you kind of mix it up. Wall Street, I telling you, you're against the PNM, and you're really against me, you know. You're against me, boy. But God is the boss, not man, eh? He sits high and he watches low, and he knows all things, even what secret thoughts. Everything in God's hand are gone. Right.
Thank you, PNM Jama. You see, you know, there are some of us who go down by the wharf and pelt a pebble and they miss the whole ocean. Right? All PNM Jama want to look at is that we are bringing facts to the people. And you see, you know, next time, PNM Jama, this is what we going to do, Tommy. Yeah? This is what we are going to do now. This is the kind of information we're going to bring to you from now on, folks, because I don't want to upset PNM Jama. I really don't want to upset you. Because PNM Jama listen to us all the time. Hello, Mr. Mother Tanapuna. PNM Jama listen to us all the time.
Energy.
PNM
Energy
Jama,
in some cases, in all cases, is our life or death consumption.
Yeah, game changer.
In four seasons country,
America.
It is a matter of life or
and
death.
Yes. It is not something.
Your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Caller, hello. Caller, you there? Hello, caller?
Yeah.
Yeah. You wanna?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you.
So you answer my question up to now. You're going to Gemma, but you answer my question.
Ask me your question again, President. You want to know why the people behave the way they behave in Trinidad and Tobago?
That is how I ask the question. Now then ask the question. I'm saying what we doing.
Yeah.
Since we know we have a oppressive PNM, and we have also, and don't tell me no, that we have a oppressive opposition. So tell me what it is we doing to change them too, because somehow we don't like the two-party state again. We want to hear something.
All right, President.
Everybody.
President.
Cabinet, everybody in it.
Listen to it
we
off
want
here.
One parliament with everybody in it, a unified parliament.
All right, listen to us off here.
What we doing to change that situation, because unless we do that and have this, what we call violent governmental system of two-party, then we ain't going to be doing nothing.
KFC, hold on.
Yeah, on a radio, and that is how it's going to be for the longest while to come.
All right.
Done that.
President, listen offline. Listen offline. All right?
I could always do that, because you could talk once, you will answer my thing for
I'm going to answer you. We're going to answer you. I promise.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, KFC, welcome. Yeah, KFC, welcome. KFC like he borrowed Kingsley phone, boy. KFC. Hello? Caller. Yeah, so Tommy.
Yes.
I don't
let's answer.
Go ahead.
President.
President call. Yeah.
Yeah, President, I hear what you're saying, and I believe what you're saying to be holding some truth to it. However, to resolve the issues that you seem to be addressing, it has to be addressed by the voters, and the voters have to become conscious and not be stuck in a zone where the only thing they could see is red and yellow. They have to see red, white, and black. They have to see Trinidad and Tobago first. Seek the best interest of Trinidad and Tobago. And once they start to look at the national agenda as opposed to the partisan agenda, it will change everything in Trinidad and Tobago. That's all I have to say. Because it don't matter what party you put in power. If it's not working in the best interest of the nation, then it's a waste of time. That's all I have to say.
You know, Tommy, it's interesting that you say that. Tommy, you know, PNM Gemma call here, and I'm not gonna, because PNM Gemma, all of you live up in Lavantel. PNM Gemma live on Thomasine Street. But you know, PNM Gemma missed this. You know, she missed this conveniently, you know. You see, that is part of the problem, Tommy, in that some of us miss things conveniently. You know, we hear it, but we don't want to hear it, you know. We listen to it, but we don't really want to listen to it, you know. Right? So we hear it, and we listen to it, but we ignore it. PNM Gemma, she didn't hear this part, you know.
Trinidad and Tobago's high credit worthiness ratings of foreign and local currency, CARI AA, was reaffirmed by CARI CRIS on Monday. A media release by the Ministry of Finance stated that Trinidad and Tobago's credit rating of CARI AA with CARI CRIS is the highest rating of the Caribbean region and is also on par with Panama and higher than Mexico and Colombia, which are two countries with good capital market access. The Ministry of Finance says this positions this country well into the investment grade category, which has allowed TNT to successfully issue an international bond in September at good conditions in a very volatile market. The Minister of Finance, Com Imbert, has pointed out that all rating agencies have confirmed the resiliency of TNT's economy and the appropriateness of the government's policies to respond to and overcome external shock.
Gemma, did you hear that? Did you hear that? PNM Gemma, did you hear that?
I forget to play that also.
Oh,
yes, I forget to play.
You now remember.
You don't forget that.
You forget conveniently. Oh, PNM Gemma. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we try to deceive.
I heard you play that,
Oh,
but I forgot.
But you forget.
I forget conveniently.
Okay,
I was woman enough to own it that I forget.
Okay, all right.
You understand?
Accepted.
That's what balance is about, Gemma.
Good thing also.
But that's what balance is about.
That's what balance is about.
I'm an old 71 years old woman.
All right.
So I tend to forget.
All right.
I'm 16 years old. I'm 71.
All right. Accepted.
And listen to me. I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
I was in America with a little 3-month-old baby.
You have 30 seconds. 30 seconds before the top of the hour.
And the same time at 9/11.
Yeah.
I tell you what happened to me. The lady who owned the house was upstairs. And the baby had a grandmother. She didn't come down to pay the rent. And that woman locked off the gas from upstairs. She locked it off. Me and that little baby nearly freezed to death. You know what happened? She said, Gemma, look below the bed. I have a little portable heater there. Take it out.
So you use electricity, right? You use electricity.
Yes. Yes.
But the gas didn't run out though.
And I know get the heat in the room.
But Gemma,
I remember that happened to me.
Yeah, but Gemma, let me go for the break. Call us back after the break. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, right. Okay.
Hey, Ulrich, I see your call online. Ulrich, you gotta call us back after the break. Or you wanna hold on? You wanna hold on?
Okay.
Hold on, or you wanna call us after the break?
I'll call you back after the break.
Call me back after the break. All right. Folks, let's go for a quick. We'll be right back after this.
This Sunday and every Sunday is Rerun Sunday on the Street 91.9 FM. It's a blast from the past program from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This Sunday, we'll be featuring
George Mbala, the King of Talk, is on 91.9 FM.
Good afternoon, Madeleine. Good afternoon, Mr. George.
Good afternoon, my dear.
Mr. George, I'm still waiting in anticipation. I don't think that man at Wesher would call you back, you know.
Well, if he doesn't call me back today, trust me, he'll call me back tomorrow, or I will call him back anyway. Or the minister will have to explain to me, or the chief medical officer. Somebody owes the people of Trinidad and Tobago a response to this nastiness that is going on in it.
This is an unmannerly country with rude people.
Don't worry, I could deal with them.
Okay.
Thank you for your call.
It's a blast from the past program from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Live on the Street 919 FM and Iowa TV on YouTube. Live on the Street 919 FM. And Iowa TV on YouTube. The Street 919 FM on Facebook.
When everything seemed to be gone, the worst thing to do is sit down and mourn.
Every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Let's talk politics on a Sunday on the Street 919 FM. Sunday Talk. Come on, people. This is a balanced program. Share the love.
So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying.
Tune in to 91.9 FM and join us in the village with Dat Triplets every Monday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are here to fearlessly confront important issues and engage in objective discussions on the latest trends. You can also catch our live stream on WZYE 95.9 FM, New York, New Jersey. Get informed, get inspired, get educated every Monday, 7 to 10 p.m. right here on this radio station.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy. Wow. Here at Oni Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago. Taking you further.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
light, share the light. Everybody just share the light. You listening? Listen now. Share the light. Downtown Posse have to share the light. Uptown Posse have to share the light. Share the light. Share the light. Everybody just share the light. Tobago share the light.
Sure certainty. Let no element humbug that possibility. But if you give up, you have no way of knowing if next day would have brought good tidings. Don't you know, behind every dark cloud there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep.
And of course, we are back with you. It's Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street. Wall Street. KFC, how are you going, partner? KFC.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wall Street. How are you going? Mr. Wall Street and Mr. Tommy.
How are you going? How are you going?
They are looked at the tennis show the evening, man. I want to hear them call and say, you show not balance and I show some clippings and things there.
Yeah.
And I show back her clippings.
Yeah, they show them.
Clippings. And she said she didn't forget. And she bring back a story what some people they freeze in the foreign and all kind of thing. They forget conveniently or what?
She forget, man. She forget. PRM Jama.
She was honest to tell us. She was honest to tell us that there was an electric heater under the bed.
I show them tape, them clipping there, sorry.
Yeah.
I looked on this.
Yeah, man.
Really show.
Bless.
Yeah, love.
Right.
Thank you.
Hey, Ulrich, how are you going, partner?
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon to Wall Street and hello, Tommy. Good evening.
Good afternoon, Ulrich.
Same. I listen to some callers. I take it in the program. I'm coming kind of late to it, but I take it in the program. And I listen to some callers calling in just now. I don't know what name to give them, if they're just dumb or stupid or dotish. I don't know which one of the names to pick for them or give them
don't call them no
one.
name. Don't call them no name.
Ulrich, be impeccable with your words, please.
Impeccable with your words. Don't give them no name. Don't call them
all
no name.
Right. Okay. Okay. I ain't giving them no name. But
caller, please hold on.
Trinidad right now between a rock and a hard place. Because the two parties that we have to represent us, not good for us right now. PNM not good. UNC was. UNC was the one that we was depending on to make life better. But you could see all of them playing games. Because if you could link up, like, all right, for instance, like, I'm just one to you. Like, for instance, the best thing the Prime Minister did for the time he in government is to get rid of the motor-mouth cockroach. That's the best thing he do. And guess what happened? The other side pick him up. And you know why the other side pick him up? Because they just want to get in government by any means necessary. But I want to advise Trinidad and Tobago, although we between a rock and a hard place, don't waste your vote to vote for the other side. Better you vote somebody new, because we need fresh blood. You see all them recycled politicians, it's time to get rid of them, because all they're doing is playing games. And if Motomol go across on the other side, and the other side could pick him up, read between the lines, Trinidad and Tobago, what is going on. All these people playing games with me. We have to be on country and stop being on party, because that was sinking we down in a latrine pit. Not even the flush toilet, a latrine pit. All the services in this country right now break down. All. You go to the health center, problem. You go to a licensing, problem. Anyway, you go to deal with public servants right now in a mess, and they're probably because of the stress they're going through the government too, might be causing them to lash out. But they're lashing out at the wrong people. It's time for Trinidadians to start coming off the shelf and start holding these politicians, these people that we put in office, accountable. And we must hold them in a kind of standard that if they do perform, we could take back the position. But instead of doing that, we come in and talking about the other side and the other side. That ain't doing nothing for me because all of them laughing all the way to the bank. So that ain't doing nothing for me. We have to look at things that making our life, all right, like they're talking about being off the government. Why they don't tell the Syrian and them being off the government? Look at down the islands, Anselm and Tommy. You ever hear the southern land down the island? How the Syrian and them controlling down the islands? Who give them that property? These are the things that people not looking at and only studying to talk stupidness and think that is nonsensical to us. You know, a man had to get a cataract surgery, had to wait 3 years in a health system that he pays the charge for all his life in working. These are the things we have to look at, right? All these government good for is to sit down and lie down in the bed and study go on what could make poor people life miserable again. But let me think about this one. The finance minister come, he raise gas, he laugh at me. And what are we doing about it? Nothing. So Trinidad boy, it's time for me to start thinking and wake up.
Yeah, man.
Right? Yes. Wake up from the slumber.
All right.
Yes. Thank you, Ulrich. Thank you.
Hello, caller.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
That last brother who now talk there?
Yeah.
Talk like a man. Talk the kind of talk I just talk.
But President, I don't hear you talking. You just talk so, President?
Yes. So I talk. This is my reality. My reality is representation. My reality is we people getting up. My reality is so much. I mean, let me show you. I have a standard that I pass all my young days when I work mechanic, captain, car, do all kind of things. I'm very skillful around camping.
Hey, President, could I ask you a question? Could I ask you a question?
You go ahead and do anything like that.
President, what party you support? Yeah. What party you support?
What party I support?
Yeah.
I don't even want to ask you back a question because you're supposed to understand that I'm not going to support nothing else than the constitutional government a government that carries a constitution that all of us live with today. A government that have a structure. A government that the people's national movement is not people. The people's national movement is a constitution. And if we understand the constitution, then we take out and put in people in there according to our desire and our will. And when we start to do that in a serious way, which is involving our representatives and councillors in order, having responsibility of ourselves and accountability to maintain that these people them have accountability and responsibility. Let we talk the politics, the civics that plenty people do not know. What's supposed to be the curriculum? And let from the babies that they start to go for 6 or 7 years understand how it takes to develop and how it takes to control his community.
President,
unless we do that, we're doing nothing because the governmental system is not a fly-by-night thing. A government system depends on the civic duty of every individual as soon as you reach the age to understand it.
President, let me take this next call here. Listen to us off here. All right, let's take this next call. Yeah, man. Thanks. Thanks a lot. So, folks, remember this Sunday and every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. right here on the Street 919 FM, a blast from the past. It's a rerun program. This Sunday, we feature the King of Talk, George Umbala, with a blast from the past. Of course, Shady Live, Iowa TV on YouTube, the Street 919 FM on Facebook, the Street 919 FM on Instagram. And in the last 12 or so minutes we got, you can reach us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444. And, you know, Tommy,
yep.
I
go to Panama.
I going to Panama. I going to Panama, mama. What did I have over there?
Listen, I realize people are very passionate about their political allegiance, and that's quite good and all right. But like I said, when he asked for an answer, I said red, white, and black is much more important than yellow, green, blue, red, or any other political party.
What told me? The man say he support the Constitution and he put PNM next date, you know. If I can recall.
I clearly heard what he said.
President said the Constitution. And he said, President, that the PNM Constitution. That not the people's Constitution. Anyway. Well, folks, this is this is what PNM Jama defending. I know who else. Oh, the other fellow who calling defended too. Right?
Energy.
Hold on.
Energy in some places, in all cases, is our life or death consumption.
Yeah, game changer.
In four seasons country,
America.
It is a matter of life or death.
Yes. It is not something.
Your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Oh God. Hello.
Good afternoon, Washington, Tommy.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
I've to fall in America, the all of life and that for the cash out of the free set, but they come back home anyway.
Better we do that in truth.
Can't see we are not coming back home, man. We coming back home.
Everybody freeze over there. All of that life and that. All of that life and that. I'm feeling you listen now for. Come on.
I can't see. You on?
You're another caller?
Kingsley, you have 2 minutes. Come on, Kingsley, 2 minutes. Go ahead, quick.
Yes.
Give me quick.
You see, that is the reason why our country ain't going good, because my good friend, the mother of PNM, calling and saying this program is unbalanced. It is not fair, because she knows this program is one of the most balanced program on the airwave, and there's so much of them listening in the seat.
Yep,
I'm afraid to pick up the phone.
I know.
To make a phone call. Many of them listening to make a phone call. But what should I say? 2 minutes? What should I say? Yeah, you know.
God, Kingsley.
Come on.
Every time I tell Kingsley get a new phone, you know. That be mobile phone. Kingsley, go outside and stand about the lamppost now, man. Go outside, Kingsley, up in Picton, go and stand about the lamppost. Right? You will get Wi-Fi out there. Because you have free Wi-Fi.
Got it like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know.
President, you have a minute. Go ahead, you have a minute. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
We're not hearing him.
Yeah.
We're not hearing the president.
Hold on, Tom.
And for the longest while, I know we have a construct that really does carry on representation from the PNM. I don't know what the UNC doing now. If they're intending to bring unity until we know a proper constitution of what they have.
All right.
That is where I would like to know.
Yeah, man. Bless. Yeah, go ahead. Ulrich. Yeah, Ulrich. Yeah, go ahead. Ulrich. Go ahead. Yeah.
Can you hear him?
Ulrich, you hearing us? Ulrich, call back. Margaret says, according to Juju, apparently only the US have 4 seasons over.
Shaking her head.
Wall Street, you normally stutter, or is that when they catch you off guard? You know, I listen. But let me play this one quickly for you before we go. Eh? Listen to this one. Well, listen to this one. Eh? Let me get this one quickly for you. Listen to this one. Listen to this one. Listen to this one.
A man who doesn't live in Trinidad, doesn't contribute anything to Trinidad, has a ask him what he does. Ask him if he's a citizen of America or if he's a citizen of Trinidad. Before you could call, because I heard Pastor Google come on this radio station and apologize that he had expected the minister and so did, and the minister ain't show up. But I expect him next week. And lo and behold, the minister did show up. So when you listen to a man who's trying to propagate himself as a professor, we understand where his professorness is, right?
Leave it there.
All right.
Are you on a line right now? Yeah.
Wow.
Tommy, you can't make this up, you know.
That's why I always tell you we have to be impeccable with our words, so we don't wind up in.
The man say if he's a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, and if I'm a citizen, boy, Tommy, I'd have put this video with the other video together. I'd have put both of them together because Gemma, next time you come up here, please, Gemma, call me, and I go make sure that your gas don't run out, and you don't have to use a heater. You understand? Tommy, boy. Tommy.
Yeah.
But Tommy, you know something, boy?
But
none of them do not address the amount of black people living below the poverty line from 2010 to 2015 and now, you know. I mean, address that, you know.
Because that's okay. That is okay. It is okay. Because the national agenda is not the priority. The priority is my party and your party. You understand?
And Tommy, we here covering all the issues. We just use the facts. That's all we are doing is the facts.
You see,
remember, folks, coming up next from 4 to 6 p.m. right here on the Street 919 FM is a blast from the past. It's a rerun program. Today we feature the king of talk, George Umbala, with a blast from the past. So don't turn your dials, ladies and gentlemen. Stick right here. In the next few minutes, we have a blast from the past. That's the king of talk, George Umbala, right here on 91.9 FM. And folks, I want you all to do something. I would like you all to start to think of things from a critical thinking perspective. Think of things critically. If that thing doesn't move the country forward, right? Don't waste your time with it.
Before you go, I'd like to say, just to piggyback on the president's focus on the Constitution, I'd like to say that if we really care about the Constitution, about the well-being and about the improvement and getting the country to the next level, we would have put and will at this time still put energies into getting our Constitution up to modern specs, so to speak, getting it to where it addresses all the issues or most of the issues that are critical to our nation building.
Well, Tommy, I tell you, man, don't forget, folks, we are on tomorrow from 7 to 9 p.m. and we're going to continue these discussions. We're going to continue speaking truth to power. We're going to continue bringing the facts. We're going to bring the facts to you in an unbiased manner, and we are going to be true to you and true to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Some people may not like to hear the facts, but let me take this last one. PNM Gemma, you have 2 minutes.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Wall Street, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Anytime I come to America, I go in my cousin Charlie, Ralston Charles. So I can talk about no coal. You understand? That is my first cousin. My father and his mother was brother and sister. So I wouldn't suffer for no cold. You understand?
All right.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Go on.
Okay.
Blessings. Blessings.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Blessings, Gemma.
Yeah, PNM Gemma, just in case Charlie place closed down, or if you can't reach him, you go come and, we could put you in I go make a special room for you, you know what I mean? And I go make sure the gas didn't run out. And in case the gas run out, PNM Gemma, I go have about 2 heaters in there for you. Just in case. PSCNG, gas. You know what I mean? Before we leave, look at gas.
Energy.
Listen to this one.
Energy in some places, in all cases, is our life or death consumption.
Yeah, game changer.
In four seasons countries.
America.
It is a matter of life or
and
death.
Yes. It is not something
your energy consumption is monitored carefully because if your gas runs out, you freeze in your apartment and die.
Wow. So you better monitor your gas consumption.
Let's just show today, folks. I go and monitor my gas consumption.
You better.
Yeah, COP. Yeah, 2 minutes. Go ahead. 2 minutes.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to contribute much on the program because I'm doing some work.
Yeah, man.
But I rate your program 10 out of 10 for factual information, especially coming through your media to the citizens of this country. I give you 10 out of 10 and continue doing what you're doing. Uncle Tommy, I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you eat a lot of callaloo and provision and things. And Trinidad and Tobago, let's think now. Think what happened to this country. This country going right down to the ground. Right down to the ground. And mothers and fathers are only support that young girl, stand up for that young girl. I expect to see 100,000 African people then walking the street telling the Ministry of Education, hey, no, you can't do that. Charge all them police and them that cussing in police station and all kind of thing. Do something to them. Discipline them politicians and them who misconduct in public office. 1 man and 3 man recuse themselves 575 times. Discipline them before they discipline that little girl. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Tommy, closing comments, man.
Like I always say, and I'll say again, God is able. God is the greatest and he's able. So we put all of our affairs in his hands and truly trust that he can resolve them and they will be resolved.
Thank you. My closing comment is, to that one soul today, I know you're tired, you're fed up, you're close to breaking, but there's strength within you. Even when you feel weak, keep fighting. So folks, from where we sit, this is it. Of course, we come by you tomorrow from 7 to 9 p.m. and we're gonna bring the facts to you, and we're gonna bring the facts in an unbiased manner. And as Margaret says, we want to have a little more critical thinkers in Trinidad and Tobago, to think of things from a critical perspective, rather than looking at stuff from a party perspective. You understand? That is what gonna make Trinidad and Tobago a place where we could, together we aspire, together we can achieve. We can do it, and I know many of you can do it. So folks, that is it for us. We thank all of you for joining us. Hailey, Margaret, Victoria, Captain Singh, Nadia, and we also thank those on YouTube as well. We thank Caribbean Soul, Martin, Marlon Blaze, Marissa Hoyt, Harold Lavanti, all those people on YouTube, on social media. We thank you all very kindly. We are out of here, and we're gonna go out with our anthem song. See you folks. Same 91.9 time, same time, Sunday Talk. Let's talk politics. We outside. All right, let me get this for you. Okay. I gotta get this, Tommy.
Cue it up.
All right. Later.
When everything seemed to be let frustration get the better of you and make you do things you should never do. You got to keep the faith, you can't surrender. You never know, tomorrow may be brighter. Behind every dark cloud, there's a silver lining. So don't give up hope now. We gotta keep on trying. Oh Lord, we gotta keep on going. We gotta keep on moving on. As long as you are